This week on JambarTV, we'll be discussing how several faculty and students are protesting against programs being cut. Then we'll talk about the memory mural created and located on Andrews Avenue. We'll also discuss the women's basketball team and its hot start to the season.
Hello and welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Abigail Cloutier alongside Leslie Huff. On Tuesday, the Academic Senate met to discuss two proposals. Executive producer Sydney Stalnaker attended and has more.
The Academic Senate voted Tuesday on the vaccine mandate and on their proposal, which opposes the university's decision to terminate faculty and cut programs. 35 of 79 senators voted for the two proposals. The vaccine mandate was opposed by about 51% of those who voted, and 46% were in favor. One person abstained. President Trussell spoke at the meeting and mentioned YSU would still have to follow potential state or federal mandates despite the vote. The Senate also discussed the cuts of faculty and programs and how they felt about the retrenchment. Senate member A.J. Sumel presented reasons for why the Senate should be against the cuts and argued that the cuts were unnecessary.
A really dire situation that should warrant the need to engage in retrenchment and terminate qualified full-time faculty.
Provost Brian Smith addressed the board following the proposal being pushed forward and argued that YSU was surviving on funds granted through COVID-19 relief money.
In this current academic year, as VP McNally points out, we're really fiscally sound, and that is because we're still living in the COVID dollars, about $10 million, and so that's really saved us, as it has many institutions.
The Board of Trustees has received the Senate's decision, but they did not vote on it in yesterday's meeting. For JambarTV, I'm Sydney Stalnaker.
Dozens of faculty, students, and community members gathered early Thursday to protest program cuts. As the Board of Trustees met, the protesters marched outside of Todd Hall. Union spokesperson Mark Vopat spoke about why these programs matter to students.
The kind of dialogue you get when you have a Center for Judaic Studies and Center for Islamic Studies, where there's discussion, there are programs where the two meet, there's roundtable discussions, bringing in speakers. This is valuable for the community. It's valuable for students to see these sorts of interactions and understand what's going on in the world, and it's valuable for the community. And I think that when you put a price tag on that, especially when it's something that we can't afford, and we've chosen to put resources elsewhere, right? We're adding 3 new varsity sports. Students are paying $1,000 out of their tuition to support that kind of activity, yet we can't find money for something like Judaic and Holocaust studies.
To want the university to reconsider their plan.
Incoming students who want to major in a foreign language will no longer have a variety of options to choose from due to the cuts the Academic Senate discussed on Tuesday. A language professor explained that Italian is being sunsetted due to a lack of funds and students entering into the program.
There are people to fill those positions, but the numbers of students in the view of the administration aren't sufficient to justify the position.
Spanish will become the only foreign language offered as a major. According to an Italian professor, learning different languages improves students' ability to understand the world.
I think it's important for our students to have a complete, well-rounded liberal arts education. And I think it's important for them to become global citizens who are able to communicate with people who are different from themselves and who are ready to travel or to work in situations, for example, online, where they're dealing with people from other parts of the world.
Students who learn a foreign language can have many job opportunities.
YSU graduates will gather in the Beagley Center to receive their diplomas in person this fall. Provost Brian Smith is excited to see seniors celebrate with friends and family in person.
We did this virtually before, and many students enjoyed that process, but we also learned that many students were disappointed that they couldn't do it in person and invite their family and friends and loved ones to be there live.
Graduation will be held on December 19th at 2 p.m. All attendees will be expected to follow COVID-19 protocols. After a short break, we'll be back with more news.
YSU English invites you to explore the more than 100 classes we have to offer. Students have the chance to read the classics and to discover classics in the making, to encounter the many voices in literature, and explore their own voices creatively. Students can develop practical skills for the professional marketplace in technical and business writing classes. They can study linguistics, education, and second language acquisition, and even film and screenwriting. Come see what YSU English has to offer you.
JambarTV. As of 2020, college residency numbers continue to decline as more students choose to commute. 6% of YSU students live on campus, compared to 13% of students nationwide. Some reasons for the decline could be the increasing cost of dorms and apartments. Studies by the Higher Learning Advocates said 42% of college students live at or below the poverty line.
With the holidays around the corner, students will soon be going back home for winter break. During this time, it's important to keep yourself and others safe, especially when it comes to fire safety. April Edwards, Youngstown's Chief Fire Inspector, has advice for students.
Definitely unplug any electrical devices that you may have, curling irons, computers, the air fryers. If you have strings of Christmas lights to decorate with, make sure those are unplugged prior to leaving.
Electrical fires aren't the only ones to worry about. Cooking fires are just as dangerous. YSU Police Chief Sean Varso says students should be careful when it comes to cooking. For more tips on fire safety, you can go to the National Fire Safety Council's website.
Fire safety isn't the only concern going into the holidays. The dangers of binge drinking are something that are also often overlooked. Teresa Peck, a registered nurse and instructor at YSU, said the majority of her patients are students who struggle with binge drinking. If you know someone who is drinking, it's crucial to call 911 immediately if they start experiencing signs of alcohol poisoning. If you need help or advice, you can reach out to Student Counseling Services at the number on your screen.
Youngstown State University announced Wednesday there are elevated levels of coronavirus in Kilcawley Hall. The university stressed there are currently no cases reported in the dorm. YSU reported 22 cases this week. 19 were students living off campus and 3 were employees. The university also tested 25 people through its voluntary program. All the tests came back negative. After the break, Sean Hitt will talk about the Andrews Avenue mural, an art contest, and some critical conversations the Black Student Union held.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex and I'm Y and proud.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa and I'm Y and proud.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter, It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Hey kid, you wanna try some exercise?
Wait, what? What's going on right now?
Yeah, man, exercise.
I don't know. I don't know if I should even be talking to you right now.
It's got lots of benefits.
Okay.
The benefits of exercise include increased levels of energy, higher quality of sleep, better muscle and bone strength, improved memory, and clearer skin.
Welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Sean Hitt with Student Life. Students in YSU's Department of Art collaborated with Lit Youngstown to create the memory mural on Andrews Avenue. 13 students finished painting the mural this fall. Our professor, Dragana Srnjak, created a class specifically focused on creating the mural. Her goal was to create a learning experience for students, as well as show appreciation for the cultures of Youngstown.
Well, I started a class that provided the platform for mural to happen. We offered mural class for first time at YSU in fall 2020. I designed the class to provide hands-on experience.
The mural can be seen running alongside Andrews Avenue for more than 100 feet. Student Counseling Services announced the winner of the 2021 Mental Health Awareness Art Contest in a ceremony on Wednesday. The contest is an effort to foster the conversation about mental health among the students, as well as reduce the stigma surrounding mental illness. Contest winner Justina Gasso says her art is a way to encourage the discussion on campus.
I wanted to be able to show that in my art, that there's so much that goes into a person and how they handle things and what they're not showing too.
The submitted pieces are on display in the Student Counseling Services waiting room. The next contest is set to begin at the start of the fall 2022 semester. YSU's Black Student Union promotes African American students' recognition and involvement at the university. The BSU held an event November 19th called Critical Conversations, which discussed topics from sports and cancel culture to current law and politics. David Hugh, Glee III, BSU chairman and junior accounting major, explained why it's important to let students talk about these topics.
Nowadays, it's like people feel they're forced to say this one thing or they're forced to say the next thing, and they're not themselves. I don't necessarily have to agree with you every 2 seconds, but I would like to know your mindset, where you're coming from. How do you feel about this? Because it's like we'd all be the same essentially. We wouldn't be ourselves if we all just said the same thing.
For more information on BSU and future events, visit their Instagram or YSU's student organization webpage. Up next, assistant producer Elizabeth Koss will be sitting down with Hei Zhang Lee about the upcoming Carols and Coco performance.
The communication department is much more than media or delivering a speech. The YSU Communication Department offers programs in telecommunication, journalism, and communication studies. We inspire creativity. We encourage each student's passion. We explore new and advanced technologies that connect the human race. The communication programs at YSU ensure that every student is prepared and experienced for the outside workforce, for life after YSU. Join the Jambar and find your voice when you tell the next big story. Become a host of Rookery Radio and gain hands-on experience, or get involved with TV productions like Light the Wick, Penguin Rundown, and JambarTV. YSU's Communication Department is much more than a department, an education, or a degree. It's a home for passionate individuals, for students to find and pursue what they love.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa, and I'm YN proud.
Hello and welcome back to JambarTV. My name's Elizabeth Koss, and today I'm joined by Dr. Haejung Lee of the Dana School of Music and the organizer of Carols and Cocoa this year. Welcome, Dr. Lee.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So how long has Carols and Cocoa been around?
I don't know exactly because it has started long before I came here. I came to YSU 2002, but what I've heard was it started early 1980s. So it's more than 40 years tradition. But although the early on Carols and Cocoa tradition was simply only Carols and Cocoa portion was done in the Blizzard lobby, more informal, and students prepared cocoa and cookies and served. Very informal. People come and enjoy and hear the music. That at that time, music was prepared only Dana Choral and trombone ensemble. Two groups alternate, and then they created Carols and Cocoa. But since I came here 2002, I think we started from 2004, incorporating with the other Dana School of Music ensembles. We could create a two-layer format of Carols and Cocoa formation. So now we are doing in the ballroom Carols and Cocoa formation. So more casual, involving some other ensembles, and then after that first portion, go up second floor, formal concert portion. So we introduce more formal concert with the choral orchestral piece and then other ensembles. So it's a little more, two-fourths, more than Carols and Cocoa. Yes.
What does Carols and Cocoa represent for not only YSU but the Youngstown area?
Yeah. So I think if I say, I think it is represents, in a sense, we are ushering the holiday spirit of Youngstown. So somehow, I think whenever I talk with somebody, I think they believe that. So, and then I think that that goes with our idea. And another thing we can tell is it's not only Dana School of Music ensembles. Of course, we are representing with many Dana School of Music ensembles, but also we involve with the community ensembles, such as Stambo Chorus. They have been part of Carols and Cocoa for a long time. They have been part of the large symphony choir, and they've introduced their own carols also. And then also we introduced a couple of high school chamber ensembles. For this year, we have Avon Worth High School chamber singers, and then Lakeview High School chamber choir. So they join us.
What are some pieces that attendees might hear this year?
Yeah, you will definitely hear some kind of Merry Christmas. So we wish you a Merry Christmas. We will start those things and then many holiday favorites. But most important thing I try to come up with is for the Dana Holiday concert, formal concert, we combine choral orchestra work. So we will introduce a large symphony choir and then orchestra. So that will be Vivaldi's famous Gloria. So it's about 30-minute music, 12 movement, introducing soloist, and then choir and orchestra. So that will be anchoring piece. And there will be many other pieces. In jazz ensemble, of course, will introduce, fun jazz arrangement of interesting music, and all choirs, different music. And another thing is we not only have a Dana School of Music Ensemble's performance, but also audience can join us. We have one sing-along piece. So during Dana Holiday concert, if you come and you can join sing-along piece, O Come Only Faithful, with organ and brass quintet accompaniment. And
finally, the concert is being held in Stambaugh Auditorium. How many tickets are available?
Yeah, the Stambaugh Auditorium is big concert hall. It's 2,600 seats, but considering COVID situation, Dana School of Music decided to limit ticket selling to 500. So if you want to be in the carriage and cocoa portion, 7 o'clock downstairs portion, you need to purchase ticket before 500 ticket is sold. But if you come a little late, if you skip the carriage and cocoa portion, 8 o'clock, 8:10, we will start upstairs portion. Upstairs portion will be free admission.
All right. Thank you for joining me today, Dr. Lee. After the break, Kyle and John will talk about the women's basketball team and the football recap, so stay tuned.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud. You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex and I'm why I'm proud.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Kyle Wills with this week's sports. The women's basketball team has been terrific since the start of the season, as they are 5-0 for the first time since the 2015-2016 campaign. The team opened up conference play November 19th on the road against Oakland, defeating the Golden Grizzlies 79-68. Senior forward Lily Ritz was dominant in the paint as she scored 24 points. Youngstown State was hot beyond the arc as the women nailed over 52% of their three-point attempts. The Penguins would then travel to Detroit Mercy November 20th, where the women were again victorious 64-56. Ritz was again electric, scoring 25 points. Senior guard Chelsea Olsen also lit up the stat column as she scored 24 points, dished out 7 assists, and came down with 8 rebounds. The team continued to play well and aggressive despite having many new faces.
Well, it's just, the earliest start to the conference season, I think, in history. And so to be able to go on the road and get to and get off to a good start was crucial.
Earned home for a matchup against Long Island November 26th as the Penguins extended their undefeated streak in the 70-55 victory. Defensively, Youngstown State was strong as it held the Sharks to under 35% from the field and swiped the ball 14 times from Long Island. Despite a slow offensive start, Youngstown State managed to turn it around to lead 49-24 to start the fourth quarter. Through the first 5 games, the Penguins are still looking to play their best basketball.
I don't think we've achieved our best basketball yet. I think we did our job today. It wasn't pretty, but you're up 27, in the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter.
The women's basketball team looked to extend its undefeated streak as it played host to Milwaukee last night, December 2nd. You can check the stats and highlights at ysusports.com. The Penguins will continue Horizon League play against Green Bay at home tomorrow, December 4th at 1 p.m. before continuing their season at Canisius Wednesday, December 8th at 7 p.m. As for the men's basketball team, they had a rough weekend November 19th through the 21st at the YSU J. Arnold Wealth Management Company basketball tournament, losing 2 out of 3 games. The men had a stellar first game Friday, November 19th against St. Thomas as the team shot 55% from the floor. Senior guard Garrett Covington would go down with a season-ending Achilles injury, but senior forward Michael Akache continued his strong early season play, recording 20 points. Senior guard Tevin Ollison also had a stellar defensive performance, blocking 4 St. Thomas shots. YSU would top St. Thomas 79-75. The loss of Covington will be a big blow for the team, being without its 3-time Horizon League defensive team selection. However, head coach Jared Calhoun credited the younger talent for stepping up to fill the voids of one of their star players.
I give our guys a lot of credit. They stayed the course. You know, Garrett going down could be a major loss. I give our young guys a lot of credit. Michael carried us, of course, as a senior. He was awesome. He's been great.
Today, the Penguins looked for similar success against SIU Edwardsville, but continued to hold off its strong second-half play. The Cougars dropped a 3-point dagger at the buzzer to steal the win 69-66. Youngstown State then played their final tournament game November 21st versus Niagara, as the Penguins struggled to get the offense rolling, shooting just over 33%. The Penguins would go scoreless for almost 7 minutes to start the game before sophomore guard Shamar Rattan-Mays got the team on the board with a pair of free throws. The men battled defensively, holding the Purple Eagles to under 40% from the field. Akuche once again led the men in scoring with 14 points. The Penguins would fall to the hands of Niagara 58-53. Offensively, the team has struggled since Covington's injury, and with the much-needed 10 days off, will look to rebuild its offense without its best cutter.
Man, I thought we'd be able to rally and play without him, but we need some practice. We certainly need some practice, try to figure this thing out.
The men's basketball team looked to turn things around on the road against Milwaukee to start conference play last night. You can check the stats and highlights at ysusports.com. The men will be back in action tomorrow, December 4th at Green Bay. With basketball season starting, it means the end of the football season. Let's send it over to John Ostapowicz with the football recap.
I'm John Ostapowicz reporting live inside Stambaugh Stadium to recap the YSU Penguins 2021 and 2022 season. The Penguins had a rough 3-7 season, but were able to end it on a high note. YSU played the Southern Illinois Salukis for its last game of the season on November 20th and came out with a win 35-18. Senior tailback Jaleel McLaughlin led YSU's offense with 185 yards to put him over the 1,000-yard mark for the season. He also finished this game with 3 touchdowns. McLaughlin's performance earned him the Missouri Valley Offensive Player of the Week award as well. Offensive lineman Jordan Velez also won an award this week. He earned the Conference Offensive Lineman Award of the Week for performance of helping the run game. Several Penguins also had season honors, including McLaughlin, who earned first-team all-conference honors. Quarterback Demetric Crenshaw earned the Freshman of the Year award for the Missouri Valley and is also a Jerry Rice Award finalist. Penguins head coach Doug Phillips said the only way to measure success is by wins. Despite that, he believes that the team has made progress and is better than they were a year ago. Now, back to Kyle Wills in the studio with more on sports.
Well, that's all the time we have here at JambarTV. Football's come to an end and the semester almost has too, so tune in next week for our last episode of the semester. Stay safe, Penguins.
Have a good weekend.
Have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Support for JambarTV is...
That went well. Great. Yeah. All right, good job.
All right, cool.
There we go. Oh.
Support for JambarTV is provided in part by the YSU Foundation and the Jane F. Lamb Charitable Foundation. Thank you.